Jesus Christ is God, but that truth is no longer assumed. This is a message from Pastor Jack Hibbs that I fully support, and it needs to be heard clearly and without apology.
Hey everybody, listen, it's nothing new when people say Jesus is not God. I heard recently, I'm not going to mention his name, he's a famous podcast guy. He said he's not God, he was never God, he'll never be God, he wasn't even a prophet. And listen, this has been going on since the day Jesus was born. The fact of the matter is the Bible does teach that Jesus Christ is God. If you read your Old and New Testament, the full counsel of God, you will come to conclusions like this. That, for example, Micah chapter 5 verse 2 says that, behold, in Bethlehem, out of you he shall come forth to me, whose goings forth have been from of old, even everlasting. It's talking about the birth of the Messiah, the Anointed One, in the town of Bethlehem, who is eternal. That's Micah chapter 5, verse 2. But then Jesus in John chapter 8, Jesus says of himself that before Abraham ever was, I existed, and Abraham rejoiced when he saw my day, signifying that Jesus and Abraham at some point of his pre-incarnate age in Abraham's time met Christ, also referred to in all capital letters in the Bible, the Old Testament, as the angel of the Lord. The Pharisees understood that Jesus declared or proclaimed himself to be God when in John chapters 11, 12, and 13, there the Pharisees want to stone Jesus, and Jesus says, why do you want to stone me to death? And he said, because of the miracles? And they said, no, we don't want to kill you because of the miracles. We want to kill you because you have declared yourself to be God. Folks, listen, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John chapter 1, beginning at verse 1. But all the way out to verse 14 says, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So there's no getting away from Jesus Christ being deity. In fact, there is no salvation without believing that. That is one of the tenets of the Christian faith, of biblical revelation. That's why it is said of Christ, behold, in the volume of the book it is written of me. You might say, well, that's in Psalm 40. Yes, but the book of Hebrews quotes that Psalm 40 verse all about Jesus Christ, it says. And so, friends, listen, don't let somebody ruffle your feathers by saying, oh, Jesus wasn't really God. Yeah, he not only was really God, he has always been really God.
That message doesn't need to be softened or updated. Jesus Christ is God. And if that truth offends, well, then so be it. Because it's the truth that actually saves. One final encouragement. Guys, read the Word. Know what you believe and don't apologize for biblical Christianity. God bless, and we'll catch you next time.